Welcome to Travel, Eat, and Learn. I'm Susan Sam Shockley.
And I'm Patrick Barney, and it's December 21st, and I have some bad news. There's only 3 shopping days left to Christmas. However, I got some good news. We got 10 days till we have to start our New Year's diets.
Like we're going to do that.
I will.
Okay.
Well, Sam, as I say every week or every show, our title says it all. Travel, because we believe the world is a book, and those who do not travel only read one page. Slackers.
Eat. The best way to enjoy a new place and experience it is by eating with the locals in their local restaurants.
And learn. We want you to learn and have fun while you enjoy the cuisine and the culture of different countries.
Thanks for watching our show. This show is sponsored by For More Travel,
where you dream it and they make it happen.
They is me.
I feel like the little kid that says, I help too.
I help too.
Okay, it's time for a little travel news. We don't have a whole lot to say in travel news because it's a busy week buying gifts for my wife, and therefore I only have a few things to say. The first thing is, with the snow that's happening in America, the Midwest turns its eyes towards the Caribbean. Little good news, you know, American Airlines has just started a whole new direct line from Miami to Grenada, where the new Sandals is. And it's usually difficult to get to these faraway islands, but Sandals in Grenada, as you can see there, is a place worth flying to, especially in February and March.
Okay, we may be accused of talking too much about Cuba, but the reason that we talk about Cuba is because we're on such a burgeoning moment in seeing Cuba as it was. And pretty soon, let's put it this way, in March, we're going to see 4 new cruise lines going into Cuba. And I don't know if you're aware of the fact that Royal Caribbean has 3 different types of ships. They've got the Royal Caribbean Fun ships, and then they've got the, what's the other one?
Celebrity.
Celebrity. Thank you for helping.
I know something. I help.
Well, I'm ripped to the tits.
Right
I gotta tell you, we've been drinking
Eggnog Day.
Eggnog Day.
Save that for the drinks.
Anyway, they have Celebrity, and then they have Azamara, and Azamara is going to start service in March, and it's going to be a beautiful cruise that takes in Key West, Tampa, the French Quarter of New Orleans. Oh God, wouldn't that be fun? Cozumel, and then 2 days in Havana. Now, you're going to be able to go on Oceania, March 7th, and then Regent 7 Seas and Norwegian Cruise Lines. All that and the Fathom Cruise Lines are going to spend a minimum of 2 days in Havana. So you're going to be able to get a flavor of Havana and yet still be able to eat good food on the ship.
Well, I think the important thing is we're always worried about the fact that, you know, you're going to miss the real Cuba, so to speak, that's been there for 50 years. And when we went, we didn't have any trouble getting into a restaurant, getting into a bar, listening to the local music and stuff like that. But when you start dumping thousands of Americans off a cruise ship every day, then especially Havana is going to get very touristy. And I really, if you have any desire to see Cuba as it is today, you've got to do it in 2017. Because by 18, McDonald's will be there. There is no doubt.
And the most significant or most interesting part about Cuba that I learned was there are no banks. Therefore, when your tour guide says, I don't have a vacuum, and you say, well, just go to the internet and get one from Amazon, well, they can't. They have no credit cards. So the dialogue is so interesting when you meet the local people and you see how they have to sit on the shoreline to get the hotel's Wi-Fi in order to call people. It's really an interesting situation.
So yeah, unfortunately, when you told him to go to Amazon, he didn't know they made vacuum cleaners on the river. Okay, so it's a matter of communication.
Okay.
All right. So that's all the news we got because we didn't do diddly the last 2 weeks, except shop. So, and everybody knows that if you're going on vacation for Christmas and New Year's, you already made your reservations. It's not, otherwise you're figuring out your stay-at-home type thing. And so in the meantime, it's time for our Ice Cube Jazz. We have two treats with us today. You can't see it here because that little blue thing, that guy, or what's his name, Sky. No, Sky.
Scott the invalid.
Yeah, the invalid. See, we're having some eggnog in the spirit. We had two surprises. We've got eggnog and we have Barb from Wisconsin. And what more could you want? Barb, say hello, wave, whatever it is.
Everybody.
The first thing I want to say is there are two major ways to enjoy eggnog. One is with bourbon and one is with rum. Thank God Barb and I know about bourbon.
And Scott and I know about rum.
Yeah, the other wimps in the room are drinking fantastic rum from Guatemala. Because I'm telling you,
Tastes good to me.
If you want to mix this with something, Guatemalan rum is the way to go, okay?
Now, we learned how to say Barb's last name, and we've been saying it wrong all this time, and we do apologize. It's
What is it, Barb?
It's Schotanus.
Schotano.
Schotanus.
Schotanus.
Is that Greek?
It's Dutch.
Dutch.
Yes.
And she's from Wisconsin, and she brought us a bag of cheese and sausage. Now, for someone who came from the Midwest, cheese and sausage is mother's milk. I have to tell you.
And it goes with the eggnog extremely well.
I am so thrilled to get it, and I'm so glad we have one good fan.
And we appreciate you getting out of the snow and joining us today, Barb.
And I wore something
Pleasure
so
was all mine.
that the flocka wasn't so bad. I could hide it. Anyway,
okay,
I'm
done
ripped.
with your fashion tip? All right. I highly recommend a cheap bourbon. When you're putting liquor in an eggnog, don't waste any money on really good liquor because it just disappears in the eggnog. The idea is to make the eggnog drinkable, and alcohol is the way to do that. Even for the little kids, throw a little rum flavoring in it, and they'll think they're grown up. Okay, Sam, how about now great destinations?
Well,
now, this is your segment, but let me interrupt you.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel, yeah, I'm really hurting about this comment. She does it all and I don't do anything. Okay? Back in 1999, when I started our travel business, I discovered a great supplier called Millionaire Concierge. He's located in Atlanta, but it doesn't make any difference. What he does, he's a wholesaler that's puts together or puts you in touch with fantastic luxury type trips, be it sports, entertainment, or thrill riding. And I've used him for years, and I can vouch for Millionaire Concierge. But Sam wants to talk about some of the great things that he does. Scott, now would be a perfect time to put that picture up, because one of the first things I did was a friend of mine wanted to fly an old plane. Well, I got him to fly an old plane in a stunt circus. So as you can see, he had a really good time and lost about 10 pounds, I think, by the time he got out of that thing. But Millionaire Concierge makes you feel like a millionaire.
Well, when we say that you can dream it, we can make it happen, this is some of the stuff we can make happen. And a lot of people don't know that we can make this happen. If you want to do a Top Gun flight, a jet experience in the state-of-the-art flying, you can do that with the Millionaire Concierge. If you want a dune buggy in Las Vegas, we can do that for you. You can drive a Formula One race car. We have exotic car rentals. You can do movie premieres or red carpet experiences. We have a 100-mile-per-hour race boat, and that's on South Beach, and it's amazing. But you can take a helicopter and a seaplane to a private island and have dinner with Millionaire Concierge.
Now, can you just imagine this is the way you propose to your future wife? Take her on a helicopter ride to a private island, you have a dinner for two, and then you discover that you lost a ring in the sand. But she will not care because it will be one great thing. And a thing that Sam didn't have on her list, but I always tell people, if you're ever going to Italy, let us know, because we can put you into a Ferrari for a week. You drive your own Ferrari, and they follow behind you in a van with your luggage. Can you believe that? So you don't even have to worry about the fact that there's no luggage in a Ferrari. But
well,
anyway.
With another supplier we have convertible caravans where you can drive a real sexy convertible through Europe, and they will follow you with your luggage. I mean, nothing
is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
It just costs more.
You dream it, we make it happen.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is go to www.formoretravel.com, and that 4 is the number 4. And you can also see all the episodes of this show easily.
Yes, without having to call in. Listen, we're still asking every show because I want to know about the great destinations in your state or your city. Tell me something the Tourism Bureau doesn't talk about. Tell me a place that I can get a great meal, okay? Barb, in your part of Wisconsin, where is a great place to eat?
Actually, we'd like to go just over the border into Illinois. There's a little place called Anastasia's. They have a nightly special, nightly appetizer special, nightly drink special.
What kind of food?
It's a mixed bunch. We've everything from chicken wing or boneless wings, and Italian beef sandwiches, pizza. They have entrees. It's an all around. They got a bar, a banquet area, an enclosed bar area for the summertime where it's screened in. It's a really nice place.
About how far away are you from Chicago?
Probably about 90 minutes.
Do you ever go there for a weekend?
Occasionally. We haven't in a while.
Well, if you do go, you have to go to the Chop House. The Chop House, now there's nowhere in the United States, or the world for that matter, that has creamy Italian garlic dressing, except Chicago. I don't know why. I was born and raised there, and it is the most wonderful thing in the world. And if you go to the Chop House, you not only get a brilliant steak, but you get creamy garlic dressing, and
just do your kissing before you eat.
You can walk about 4 blocks from there and go to the Redhead Lounge, which is so much fun. They have a piano player till 4 in the morning, and he never pees.
At least that we know of.
Well, I mean, they do change every once in a while, like every 2 hours, but they don't take breaks ever. So you sing your little heart out, tra-la-la.
That's enough. Sam really sounds good at 2 or 3 in the morning. She's really good, aren't you? Anyway, people, let us know, okay? Let us know if you got a treat in your neighborhood like Barb did, and so that we know to get. And of course, for me, it's, the happy hour drinks are really good. Let me know about that so we can tell people. Sam, are we now ready to walk on water?
Walk on water. Now, I just had some customers come back from a cruise around Hawaii. Now, this is the best way to see Hawaii, most cost-effective. In the day, back in the olden days, you used to be able to get to Oahu, and then for $99 you could go to Maui, and $99 you could go to Hilo, etc. You can't do that anymore. It's extremely costly to get from one island to another. So you're never going to see all of the islands without being on a cruise ship. And they do afford you enough time in each place that you can really explore each one of the places and all of the wonderful volcanoes and all of the wonderful pineapples and sugar, and you can see all the sights. You can see all the hula dancers, you can do the luau's, and I have a few cruises I'd like to tell you about. Number one, my favorite, of course, is the Norwegian Cruise Line. It's the pride of America, and it does all of the islands, and it starts and ends, of course, in Oahu, Honolulu. But Princess has a 14-day voyage that starts in Vancouver and does all of the islands and goes back to Vancouver. Now,
let me interrupt for a minute. If you're a person that really loves to be on the ship, you're not necessarily port savvy, or you don't want to go every day on port, taking a cruise ship from like Vancouver to Hawaii, then doing all the islands, and then that relaxing day and a half or 2 days back is such a great way to go. It's so relaxing.
Yes, but the whole idea is to see all the islands.
Well, but you're going to do that. What I'm saying is you've got time to relax getting there, and you get time to recuperate coming back.
Okay, well,
and you're not jammed in the back of an airplane trying to get there.
Holland America does something that's interesting. They take you from Honolulu, 5 days at sea, to Victoria, British Columbia. I don't know how that helps, but there's also a crystal 9-day voyage that takes you from Tokyo to Oahu. You know.
I think the Japanese would be interested in that. Okay.
Well, if you happen to be in Tokyo, why don't you just take a ship back? And then Carnival now has an 11-day cruise that does all of the islands and gets you to Canada. So you get to see a whole lot of countries all at once.
If you were just flying to the islands and then wanted to cruise around, okay, that's what the 7-day is, right? Basically just around the islands. So if somebody feels they don't want to take 11 or 14 days, they could just go around that way.
Yes.
Oh.
And my customers, there was a picture of them, and they just loved it. It was their anniversary, and I tell you, they are smitten with cruising now. It was their first cruise ever, and they're going to do it again. I'm excited.
I'm glad.
I've got customers
They probably did it again on their anniversary.
You are so weird.
All right. Well, I think that's a nice way to see the islands.
Yes.
I really do.
I like this show. This is my show.
Okay. Well, you've got another thing that I can interrupt. It's called My Vegas Beyond the Strip.
Well, everybody here in Vegas knows about the Smith Center, but some of you outside of the territory may not know about it. The Smith Center is a venue that this is the Cabaret, and the Cabaret is something that most people don't know about. It's the small venue for about maybe 150 people. There are tables of 4. They serve drinks. They serve food, modified food, and you're right up there close and personal with the entertainers. And this past Friday night, we saw Heart Be Still. I mean, Dean Martin was one of my favorite, but he's hard to see these days because he's not alive. But his daughter is wearing the mantle there. She performs 280 dates around the country, around the world, and she's very talented. She brings back the memories. She brings back movies of intimate moments with Dean Martin. And she's very talented.
And her name is Dina Martin.
Didn't I not say that?
You did not say that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it would be helpful for them to know that.
Anyway, the Smith Center has a huge Reynolds Hall, and they do huge plays and entertainers. But this cabaret is very intimate. And we've seen Lucy Arnaz. Now, you may say, Lucy Arnaz, what does she do? Well, she sings and she brings back Latin music like it comes alive.
I was amazed because, obviously her father was Cuban. And the show she puts on reminded us of when we were in Cuba. It is that good. It's a great Latin beat program.
Well, we also saw Eric Bergen, and you might say, who the heck is Eric Bergen? Well, Eric Bergen is on Madam Secretary, and he is Madam Secretary's secretary. We also saw Anna.
But wait. That's not where he's known for. He was in...
Oh, Jersey.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
why.
God,
What do you think?
Jersey
What do you
boy.
think? He stood on the stage and said, "Hey, I'm Madam Secretary's secretary."
I'm
the
sorry.
man's got an unbelievable voice.
Yes, he was in Jersey Boys, the movie. And he's terrific. He's excellent. And then we saw Anna Gasteyer. Now, you remember her from Saturday Night Live. And she is so much fun. It was her 20th wedding anniversary, and she was waiting for her husband to fly in and take her someplace romantic. And then we saw Jane Monheit. Now, she's a cabaret singer in New York and L.A., and she's so good. She is so good. We enjoyed her so much.
I think the key is we are fans of cabaret. You're frozen there somehow. We are fans of the cabaret, and we implore you, not only when you're here in Vegas, get off the strip a little bit and see what's playing at the Cabaret. But at home, everybody, any major city has got a cabaret, whether it's New York, Chicago, that's something smaller. When you can see people 20 or 30 feet away from where you are and with 7-piece band and great music. I mean, don't miss the opportunity.
We used to do Rainbow and Stars in New York City. We used to do the Carlisle. We used to do all the cabarets. We loved them.
So go to the cabaret. I would sing it if I could, but I don't remember the words.
Come to the cabaret, old chum.
Unfortunately, Sam knows the
Come
words.
to the cabaret.
All right, Sam, luckily we're going close to the end of the show here. We've got to do our question, where the hell is it?
Where the hell is it?
Now, Sam, I'm going to ask and answer this question because this is one of my favorite ones. Our question was, what American city did Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders shoot up a bar in? Okay? The answer is San Antonio, Texas. And it's at the Millionaire Hotel and Bar. And the reason I know that is because I was there in San Antonio, not when he was shooting it up. But I did see the bullet holes. The fact is, this hotel was built in 1859, and it's the longest continuously operating hotel and bar in the west of the Mississippi. Amazing. It was a German immigrant who started with a brewery and figured, hey, these people are drinking my beer and loving it. They need some place to sleep. And therefore, he started his hotel with this wonderful bar. Okay, and Teddy recruited his Rough Riders in this bar. And they got rowdy one night, and they shot up the place. And they maintained the holes to let everybody know. It is literally right across the street from the Alamo. And if you are in San Antonio, Texas, you've got to check out this hotel and bar and have a drink for me. Okay, Sam, our next question. This was your question for next week.
Yes. Oh, I should say it?
Well, no, make it up. You gave it to me. Come on.
Oh, well, where in the world are the Terre Cotta Warriors? Now, did the green light go on? Oh, no, Barbara's not at her computer.
Right, so there's nobody to answer the question, right. Hey, you all got a chance now. We got Barb busy. We got Barb busy.
I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, I thought it was going to be so easy for Barb that I also threw in the zinger. Not only where were they found, but how many are there?
Ooh.
How many Terre Cotta Warriors are there?
Ooh, look at Scott's face.
No, Scott, it's more than your hands and toes, okay? And you're counting with one arm this week, So we're gonna have to see. That's what we want you to. And somebody, come on, do some homework here and answer this question for us.
Well, we are going on an exciting cruise for New Year's, and we are going to mosey up the Mississippi River from NOLA, New Orleans, all the way up to Vicksburg and back, and we are going to tell you all about it this
We're going to have New Year's Eve on the ship.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to spend the whole show on that, mainly because...
No, we're not.
We won't have time to do anything. We'll be drinking and cruising and everything, and we'll come back.
What
and
else is new?
just in time to sober up for the show, okay? All right, so listen, we are going to, our next show is going to be on the 11th of January. And you know, in this electronic age, we made a conscious decision this year not to mail out Christmas cards.
So this is it.
This is it. This is our Christmas greeting for you all. Well, we've been able to have Christmas all over the world, and we hope you have or can in the future.
We want to thank Barb Schotanus for her lovely, yay! For her lovely gift, and we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for watching. I'm Susan Sam Shockley.
And I'm Patrick Barney. Good New Year.